The subsequent 30 heads of the zone girdling the earth are under the zodiacal sign of Leo. All their seals have to be drawn in a golden, bronze or golden yellow color. Figure 145, Cosm, 1 degree Leo, instructs the magician in the fire principle of the zone girdling the earth, and in its influence on our physical world. At the same time the magician learns from this head how to use, magically, the principles of light, fire and, above all, the electric fluid for spirit, soul and body. Figure 146, Mathura, 2 degrees Leo, shows the magician how he can, in the physical world, make use of the powers of the sun and of the electrical fluid through various practices, sometimes even by the help of magical aids, for instance fluid condensers, sun ether radiation apparatus, and the like. This head leads the magician's attention to the correlative effects of the electric and magnetic fluids, to their harmony, and shows him how this harmony can be applied for diverse magic operations. Figure 147, Jva, 3 degrees Leo, informs the magician on the origin of passions and how they are embodied in the astral body. In this connection the magician also learns to understand the deep secret sense of all passions, which serve as means for a certain purpose and are to strengthen willpower and other magic faculties. Jva tells the magician how to control passions by certain magical aids and other means and how they can be transmuted into opposite, positive qualities. The practices recommended by this head may be applied by the magician as an aid for those scholars who are on the way to magic development, and who have certain passions they are not able to control. Figure 148, Mra, 4 degrees Leo, instructs the magician in the magic of elements, which enables him to make practical use of the electromagnetic fluid in nature. Mra is a master of the magic of elements, especially of the magic of nature. Figure 149, Paruch, 5 degrees Leo, informs the magician of the tetrapolar magnet in the physical world, which in its relation to nature, is analogous to the physical body of man. He also teaches the magician how to make practical use of these powers in relation to the universal laws. Figure 150, Aslatama, 6 degrees Leo, is well informed of the power of propagation of all seed, in nature as well as in man, knows about all its mysteries and introduces the magician into its practical application. Apart from this, the magician learns from this intelligence how the electric fluid, in its correlation to the magnetic fluid, creates life and causes growth. Figure 151, Kagaros, 7 degrees Leo, points out to the magician the connections of the principle of the air, which in nature plays the role of a mediator. At the same time he tells the magician about the correlation between nature and the body of man, between the astral body and the spirit. Figure 152, Ramasara, 8 degrees Leo, reveals to the magician the secrets of the air principle from the magical point of view. He is an excellent initiator into the art of breathing, the pranayama, and teaches the magician how to apply this art correctly. By Ramasara the magician may also be initiated by Abhisheka, by initiation the genuine knowledge of magic breathing, of pranayama, which in the pure sense of the word does not mean the accumulation of air, but the accumulation of power. Figure 153, Anemalon, 9 degrees Leo, is a good initiator into all mystical ways, especially in the way of love and holiness. He explains to the magician the difference between the way to holiness and the one to perfection. Figure 154, Tabata, 10 degrees Leo, this intelligence teaches the magician how to make his body resistant against fire in the magic way, by transmutation of elements, i.e., how to make it almost invulnerable. He instructs him how to change water into ice in the alchemistic quabalistic manner. Figure 155, Ahapon, 11 degrees Leo, being an initiator, 2, knows many methods of producing states of ecstasy, trance and consciousness. Ahapon teaches the magician to magically train his consciousness so that the impressions he gets in any sphere are truly transmuted into the physical world. Figure 156, Akanjanaho, 12 degrees Leo, is a master of divine Thji and quabalistic mysticism. He teaches the magician how to apply correctly the divine virtues in analogy to the laws of creation with the aim of spiritualization. Figure 157, Horog, 13 degrees Leo, can inform the magician precisely about the way to perfection in accordance with the laws of creation and helps him to solve the darkest and most difficult problems in this connection. Figure 158, Texai, 14 degrees Leo, by this head the magician is taught to understand and absorb fully the synthesis of all religious systems and philosophies. Apart from this, he is initiated into the transmutation of the symbolic presentation of philosophical systems into intellectual language. Figure 159, Herrick, 15 degrees Leo, instructs the magician in the connections between the mental, astral and physical worlds, i.e., in the correlative action of the mental, astral and physical fluids in body and nature, and furthermore, in the disharmonies caused by these fluids, and in the restoration of harmonies. All relevant disharmonies can be fully explained to the magician by this intelligence. Apart from this, the magician is given diverse methods on how influences on the mental and astral matrices become possible. Figure 160, Jnag, 16 degrees Leo, entrusts the magician with the methods which make accessible to him omniscience and the highest divine intuition, and he shows him how his intellect can be enlightened by these divine virtues. Figure 161, Odark, 17 degrees Leo, is an initiator into the magic of cosmic love and acquaints the magician with Jek magic love methods and teaches him how to apply them in the mental, astral and physical worlds. Figure 162, Meshbabara, 18 degrees Leo, instructs the magician in the occult anatomy of man, in its context, and informs him of magic Jekyll methods for medical treatment. Figure 163, Pashkan, 19 degrees Leo, is an initiator into talismanic magic. He teaches the magician the art of making talismans, of charging them magically for the healing of various diseases, or for binding certain beings to it. Figure 164, Korokona, 20 degrees Leo, makes the magician acquainted with the preparation of alchemistal substances made of metals. The magician is taught by this intelligence how to produce the true alchemic gold tincture, and how to use it for diverse diseases. He is also instructed by Korokona in measuring out dosages of alchemical medicines. Figure 165, Rimog, 21 degrees Leo, gives the magician the necessary instructions for arousing inside him his talents for prophecy. If the magician wishes it, Rimog by himself or by one of his subordinates, awakens in him the faculty for prophesying. Rimog is justly called the prophet of the zone girdling the earth, though his prophecies are not at all restricted to the aforesaid zone, they also refer to our physical world. Figure 166, Abityara, 22 degrees Leo, shows the magician the way to acquire high esteem, power and wealth in the physical world. Apart from this, he can help him in getting into the favor of very important people. Figure 167, Iriligarison, 23 degrees Leo, instructs the magician by Abhisheka, the true initiation, into all religious systems, especially into all kinds of yoga. He helps the magician in decoding the most difficult tantric texts. Figure 168, Golopa, 24 degrees Leo, instructs the magician on how to read mental, astral and physical events in the Akasha. Furthermore, makes the magician realize how mental, astral, and physical causes by the Akasha principle are turned into effects. For instance, Golopa can give the magician precise information on how causes that he has created by thoughts will become effects, and if they will become effective in his present life or in another incarnation. The same applies to astral and physical causes. Figure 169, Chgakis, 25 degrees Leo, places methods at the magician's disposal by which he can refine his consciousness for spheric impressions without the separation of the mental body. Figure 170, Pagilasta, 26 degrees Leo, instructs the magician how he can, either by himself or by the help of mediums, produce mediumistic phenomena. He also gives him precise instructions on how, By dematerialization and rematerialization, he can move objects over the greatest distances. Figure 171, EVOCATION, 27 degrees Leo, initiates the magician into the methods of how any wish is realized in the physical plane by magic powers. Figure 172, Takarosa, 28 degrees Leo, teaches the magician magic formulae by the application of which effects are brought about in the mental, astral and physical world by the elements, or by beings of the elements. The magician may also be taught Kabbalistic formulae by which, above all, the beings of the air and water principles are easily made obedient. Figure 173, Andraka, 29 degrees Leo, is regarded as master of the magic of water and entrusts the magician with many secret practices by which he would otherwise have no notion, as for instance, the curing of severe diseases, and the like, by the water element. Figure 174, Corona, 30 degrees Leo, informs the magician of means which protect him against thunderstorms, gales etc. Apart from this, the magician's attention is drawn, by this intelligence, to Kabbalistic practices by the application of which he can calm the rough sea, stop or cause heavy rains, evoke or cease storms etc.